Hello guys, so I'm over here, yes, hopefully you can see me. Bedroom's a complete shithole and yeah, I'm sort of having trouble fitting into the picture here because there's just that much mess everywhere. But anyway, got a Saturn game here, Battle Monsters. This is Japanese import, so I'm going to be putting this in. As you can see, we've got the action replay loaded up, so I will hit record and grab my Saturn controller and play a bit of Battle Monsters, if I can actually find the controller, that is. Right, so here we go. It was in my sock drawer. Start game. Start game with no cheats. This might actually kick me out of the action replay and back into the Saturn dashboard. It's done that sometimes, but it does load the game again. So here we go, we have Battle Monsters loaded up. I'm just going to turn the volume down a little bit offensive. So if you've ever seen this game before, it's quite an interesting game. I'm going to set it to very easy on the difficulty. Did play this briefly. Well, I did a full playthrough of the arcade mode. If you've seen this game before, it's one of those Mortal Kombat clones, but I kind of like it. It's like Pit Fighter. It's a game that's so bad it falls into the good category for me. Who did I play as the other day? This Shion guy here. So you got an array of amusing characters. That guy kind of looks like Shao Kahn off Mortal Kombat. That guy's called Strawberry Jam. You got Chili and Pepper. That's like two characters rolled into one. Heart He Tarn. Don't ask. That looks like 1A FA. Kiba. Right, similar to Kebab. Naga, Kafka, Death Mask, so Kuja. Some of them have got normal sort of names and then some of them are just ridiculous. Well, don't put Death Mask is the only one who's got a normal name. So actually we'll go with Death Mask, who looks like an interesting character. So yeah, it's got the digitised characters going on like you get in Mortal Kombat and many clone games like Sumi Ninja, etc. on the old Jaguar. And this was released in 1995. There's a little bit of a channel update. I'm still working on the Retro Creative website. As you can see here, the graphics are quite funny. They are a bit choppy, but yeah, I've added some more. This guy's a bit slow compared. You know, the guy I'm facing was the guy who I played for the whole game through with last time. This Death Mask guy's pretty shit, to be honest. Yeah, the sound is terrible. So yeah, I've added some more collection galleries to the website, so check that out, retrocreative.co.uk, one word. So yeah, there are a couple of unique things about it. Well, not unique, but what sets it apart from just a straight up Mortal Kombat sort of clone. Apart from the ridiculous characters, you've got the camera that zooms in and out sort of constantly. You can also do a double jump like that, and you can actually sort of jump onto platforms and things. I'm probably going to have to get rid of this Death Mask guy. He sucks. No, get rid of him. That guy sucks. So I think we should probably go with the guy that I played through with the other day. That guy really did suck. The game wasn't too bad when I played it the other day difficulty wise, but that seemed seemed like there was no response from the controls whatsoever. So yeah, we are on very easy. Game starts. We'll select Shion, whatever his name is. So yeah, hopefully enjoying the improved visuals from me having a better capture card. Unfortunately the laptop is sort of propped up on its side because it does overheat, which is kind of annoying. Even on a desk it overheats. I could understand on a carpet, on a bed, but yeah. So right, now we're in business with this guy hopefully. As you can see, much better start we've got here. And you can, if you've got a character who's kind of playable, you can just get away with button mashing. One thing that I've just picked up on that's quite amusing is you can sort of see the blue light from the blue screen reflecting onto the character models. Obviously didn't do the most professional job on the digitising there. The basic control. It's a bit weird playing this game with a 6-button control pad. It doesn't seem like it makes the most of it really. I'm not sure whether there was an arcade version of this game. But yeah, it seems like they don't really use the Saturn controller to its full potential. So controls, right, we've got the A button attacks. Does seem kind of random, don't know whether it's a high or a low attack. Then we've got the B button, that does some more attacks. You can sort of double tap and do this like little combo thing. It's also got floating combo, well not floating combos, but you can hit characters while you're in midair. C button, that does, I think C button does something when you're on a platform. So if you get up on a platform, then press C, it does like a sort of attack on somebody lower. So now we're just gonna smack fuck out this bitch. And yeah, although there's not really much depth to this game, it certainly is playable. It's not a completely sort of unplayable game control wise. The X button, if you're on the ground, puts you on a platform. If you're on a platform, makes you jump up with no purpose whatsoever. Yeah, basically that's what all of all the top buttons put you on a platform. There are throws that you can pull off somehow, I'm not sure how you do those. So yeah, overall, it's not the best fighting game by a long shot, but it is. It's not unique because it is basically a Mortal Kombat rip-off, but it is unique as in it's just outrageous that they thought let's copy Mortal Kombat, and this is just the ridiculous game that they made. So we're facing the character that's essentially two characters. Assume that there's not actually any advantage for playing as them. Over one unit, a single man or woman or beast. Some of the backgrounds are interesting. There's no sort of uniform layout to the platforms or anything like that. You can't see a platform in this level, for instance. And your life bar at the bottom is candlesticks. Not sure what the mana is though. Seems to, I don't know, interesting. So I'm not sure what element the mana brings to the game, but I've not really had the need to use it so far, and obviously I've beat the game. As I say, I beat the game the other day with this exact character. Music isn't offensive. It's, you know, you can tell it's not. They've not spent a lot of money on the composition, on the composer, but it suits the game. The actual sound effects that the characters come out with are just a bit ridiculous. I actually hit him with one of those attacks then. Cool. So yeah, this is, you know, exactly the sort of reason why I, you know, have a video game collection, so you can just play random, weird, unique-ish sort of games. The weirder the better, really, as long as you can still play them. This is the Japanese version. It's running on a 50Hz console, so I don't know how that's going to affect the game, whether it might run a bit faster on an NTSC console. Obviously it would be, you know, full screen, which is not on my TV at the moment. It's sort of letterboxed, and I'm not sure what kind of, whether there's any other variations in the game. Obviously there is a bit of Japanese text on this game, but yeah, the main important stuff is all in English. You know, there's nothing Japanese on the screen at the moment that you can see, for example. And it's a lot cheaper to pick up a Japanese version of this game than it is a PAL version, so that's essentially why I bought the Japanese version. Of course, going for a full PAL collection of Saturn games, that does mean that one day I would have to buy Battle Monsters in PAL format, but cross that hurdle when we come to it. So, I mean, I say it's the Japanese version's cheaper. The PAL version's only about 15 quid. I mean, I'd say for a retro collector it's worth it, but for your casual gamer, you know, if you can actually play the Japanese version of the game, that's fine. You know, there's no reason not to go out and get a Japanese version if you literally just want to play the game and you're not bothered about collecting. Obviously you could emulate the game if you can find a ROM of it on your PC or selected device. Not going to discriminate against anybody. Bit slow-mo at the end. So yeah, that's Battle Monsters for the Sega Saturn, my Japanese import. Sum it up, not an excellent fighter, but certainly a fighter worth giving a go. You know, if you like what you see on screen, it's one of those games. It is fun to play, there's no complexity to it. Probably be a hoot in 2-player, to be honest. But yeah, it lacks the depth of other fighters. I mean, it makes Mortal Kombat look like a deep game. Certainly not got the intricacies of Street Fighter. Maybe might have the intricacies of Street Fighter the movie, but I've never actually played that game. So, Battle Monsters for the Sega Saturn, a thumbs up from me. Not the best game in the world, but I like it. I like unique games. Keeps me collecting and playing games. Top stuff. Awesome.